So, Sangmi, tell us about the key takeaways from this trip.
I can start with the Washington Declaration, which is called a centerpiece of Yoon's state visit to D.C. And this very deal is a nuclear deal, something similar to what is offered to the NATO nations or the European nations from the U.S. When it comes to the nuclear attacks or any nuclear provocations from other countries. And this is, of course, against the North Korea provocations. And this allows a more active role for South Korea when it comes to any nuclear provocations, as well as stronger deterrence for South Korea and the ally of the U.S. And of course, we cannot not discuss the Inflation Reduction Act, which in the beginning, initially, South Korea did not very like so much. But the guidelines that was released last month actually allowed a little more leeway for South Korean companies like Kia and Hyundai to get these subsidies for electric vehicles in the U.S. And of course, Yoon and Biden discussed the CHIPS Act and how they can cooperate there, as South Korea, just as you said, controls 2/3 of the memory chip market in the world, and especially South Korea is a home to Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix.
This is only the second state visit that the Biden administration is hosting. We have President Yoon Suk Yeol also speaking to Congress on Thursday. How significant is this?
That's right. This will be the first time that he's actually talking in English, and he not just the speech at the Congress, but also he has hosted a lot of meetings with business people, especially when he had the roundtable discussion with about 120 conglomerate heads from South Korea that accompanied him. That includes J.Y. Lee from Samsung Electronics and Choi Tae-won from SK and Gu Gang-mo from LG. And of course, there were other company heads from the U.S., including the executives from Boeing and Qualcomm that they discussed. And it really goes back to all the investments and partnership that they are trying to garner from these state visits. Yoon had come back with a $30 billion investment from the UAE summit in January. So it is all about Yoon trying to get more of that subsidy or more of that investment from chip makers or battery makers to better the businesses and economy in South Korea. And of course, the latest would be his meeting with Elon Musk, where he offered tax breaks and manpower support if Elon Musk were to invest in South Korea. And he said that South Korea is one of the top candidates for building a factory in Asia.